So this antenna is my quarter wave vertical that I use for a lot of the bands. In terms of coax, we got some RG8U with a DX Engineering connector. This is a conduit kind of junction box. Got a PVC cap here for the radial connection. And then the element is right here. The label on it, see I got 40 meters on there. Over here we have another cap with a screw in it. This was actually for another quarter wave vertical project. Basically where I had this tied off to another one of these boxes that had another element, but that one was actually a reflector, and then this was the driven element, and that was for 20 meters, and that actually got me a phone contact with Africa, which was pretty cool. I really like this design. The only issues I've had is that the connector inside of here, sometimes when you're taking this on and off, it'll slip inside, and then same for these, they become loose, and I have to take it apart. I haven't really kept this out for super long. It's done fine in the winter. I think I'm gonna leave it out the rest of the winter till my next break, which is about 6 weeks or something, just to see how this deals with the elements. In terms of radials, I've got 12. I think this is 14 gauge wire, and then they go out, and then they're held out down with tent stakes, and then it's just folded back and taped. They're about 16 to 17 feet. They were originally designed for 20 meters because I thought that they had to be tuned to the wavelength you want to transmit on, but I don't think that's true. I think that them being longer definitely helps, but you don't have to get them super long. For holding the element, I have this paracord again. And right now it's just on a rock. I need to get an anchor for it. If I take off this rock, and then we can take down the element. And see over there, it's going up, and then we get to the top of the element, and we look. So here we have this is the rope that I got over, or the paracord that I got over the tree with the fishing with my fishing pole and some fishing line. And then at the top of the 40 meter element, we have a ring connector and then a loop attached. The reason I've done it like this is before, when I was using electrical tape to connect some paracord to the top of this to make a loop, one day it rained and water got into the electrical tape and it slipped out and fell. This is my next experiment, is to see if this will hold through the elements. It should. It's just crimped on there, and then we got the loop, and then we got the carabiner. That has worked out very nice. But yeah, that's just cut. And then if you didn't see before, just another ring connector down here. It makes it really nice. All I have to do is loosen this nut, take this off, pull this down, take this off of here just with the carabiner, and then I can put up a new element like 20 meters, 15 or 10. It's been very nice. One thing to note about the radials is you might notice that they're kind of not 100% in a 360. They're closer to a 180 degree coverage. In terms of this, I've simulated it on computer programs, antenna simulating programs, and it appears to have no effect. Maybe a slight effect, like I think it'll push it just a little bit over here, but generally it's omnidirectional. Just kind of like almost want to say like a vertical dipole. This is very nice, and it's a very nice radiation pattern because you kind of get low lobes, but there's no power going vertical, which allows you to get out very well, especially on 40 meters, where getting a dipole to work well in 40 meters, you have to put it very, very high. So with the 40 meter vertical, you can get out really well without having to build a super big dipole and make it super high. But yeah, I really like the system over here. Like I said, I need to put an anchor down like I have on the other one. But yeah, I just pull it up. Here you see I have another carabiner connecting to a rope because I didn't have enough paracord, and then I just pull it until it is tight like that, and then I would just set it under that rock to now or tie it down. And it's going to be hard to see up there, but it's approximately vertical. So yeah, that's my quarter wave vertical. Just wanted to make a video to show off my 15-meter dipole. So there's the length of it. This PVC is a 1/2-inch PVC. On the ends here, we drilled some holes and then tied these knots. And then these are knots that can slip to adjust the tension of the main elements. You see the element is tied to the string, and then we have a carabiner. And then this carabiner goes down to a stake in the ground to help aim it, so you can give it a direction, hold it. Up here we have a 1/2-inch PVC connector with a hole drilled in it. This is connected to some more paracord that goes up to here. This gives this center section strength, because I was worried about, as you can see on the end, it drooping too far. So if I can support the middle section, then the droop will kind of allow it to lay below the PVC. These sections in the middle, these are 5 feet sections. And then on the ends, these are 7 feet sections. So that's 24 feet total. Up here, it's just some more holes with a loop made of thicker rope, and then a carabiner on a rope that goes all the way up to the tree. Down here, we have some paracord to hang the ballon just below. This is a Current Pro ballon or something. I'm not quite sure. And you see ring connectors connected to both sides. Then we have the coax, which is DX Engineering 8X or RG8X. And then it's the same over here. Here we have another one of those tension knots to adjust the tension of the rope up here. And then it's the exact same on the other side. Carabiner for guide element. And yeah, this has worked very well. The biggest issue I've had with it is if you tension this too tight, you can actually make it do it. It'll like lean over like this and bend, which is not what I want it to do. So you kind of have, it's kind of hard to keep it straight and keep these elements out. The other issue is I don't like how much these elements are drooping. They went a bit low. I think I have some ideas for another designs so that these droop less and are more horizontal. And then the other issue is that because they were already weighed down so much, I couldn't really put a lot of tension on these, so I couldn't really get it to point exactly where I want it, even though with a dipole like this, it's got a pretty wide beam width, so that's not important. But for another design I was going to do, I was going to hang another piece of wire below this to suppress the higher lobes and make it a little bit more directional. But I was not able to do that just because it was already drooping so much. I think some improvements I might make is if I get a wooden dowel or some sort of dowel and put them in this section, I think it'll stay straighter for longer, and then I can pick up the ends a little bit if I hold it up. Versus here, because the connection in here is so small, it's drooping extra. So I think that'll give it more security. I want to do that on both ends, and then I'm also trying to think of a new design for the center section, so it doesn't do that thing where it bends sideways. But in terms of its effectiveness, it has performed extremely well. I'm extremely happy with it. I think that one nice thing was that I was able to get it so high. It's about 12 meters I would say. A little bit more than 10, but I don't think it's at a wavelength tall, which, if I didn't mention it already, this is for the 15 meter band. So it's not at a wavelength, but it's not at half a wavelength. So it performed really well. On FT8, I've got 11 contacts in Japan, one in Indonesia, one in New Zealand. And then on Europe, I've gotten so many contacts over there. I've gotten some small islands like Malta, Belgium, Germany, Slovenia, Sweden, Norway, just about everywhere. My signal reports haven't been the best, but the important thing is that I'm getting contacts out there, which is really nice. I haven't done a lot of SSB or phone with it, but I did do one contact with Italy, and I got him first call, and he gave me like a 5.5, and I heard him about a 5.7, 5.9, which is the best I've heard any DX station on phone. So that was really nice to get that signal report. I think I'm gonna leave up the rope so I can deploy it next break. What was really nice about this is that this isn't glued at all, so I can just take this down and deploy it next time. Another thing I might try next time is because I cut these to 7 feet, I have some 3 feet sections because they came in 10-foot sections. And if I put this 3-foot piece on, I think it's going to be the right length for the 10 meter band. So I'm going to try to set this up for the 10 meter band, see if I can get some good DX on that. And with it being at 12 meters and more than one wavelength, that should help a lot to get those low takeoff angles for the DX. So yeah, I'm very happy with its performance. This was a very successful experiment. I think that I learned a lot from this, and I think I'm gonna rework it and make a better one, and then try to chase more phone and SSB DX, because I think that that's a lot more fun than FT8. And yeah, I'm very happy with it.